Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to Altitude Accelerator. This is Tech Uncensored. My name is Hessie Jones, and we are at the Metaverse and 5G conference in Toronto. And I'm pleased to speak to our next interviewee. His name is Milton Toledo of 3D VR Designs, and he's going to be speaking here at the conference. So, welcome and thank you for agreeing to interview with me.
Thank you as well.
So Milton, you're a hot startup in this space. You're also a client of Altitude Accelerator.
Mhm.
So for our audience, you may have recently seen 3D VR in City TV or HGTV for their work in the building and design industry.
Mhm.
So my question to you, tell us a bit about your company. When did you start, and what kind of unique problem are you trying to solve?
So yeah, thank you again for your time. We basically started this back in 2016, and it's been a long journey. But the problem that we're trying to solve is for home buyers to visualize their product before they build a home. That's what we're doing.
Okay, awesome. So, what what excited you about building this company? Like, especially in this space when it's still fairly nascent.
hmm
What do you think is going to happen in the future that allows you to actually take a leap into what you're doing today?
So what actually got me into this is I'm an architectural designer. So I deal with a lot of designers, builders, and I've seen where a homeowner had the difficulty of visualizing what their space is going to look like. And since I'm into technology, I basically say, hey, why not try to build an application where we can help the end user visualize what the space is going to look like. So, and that's how we basically started, dealing with builders, focusing on their product and putting it into our program. So when the homeowner actually is ready to do a purchase, they can actually go through all the colors within the application. So, it's a lot easier than to look at a 2 by 2 sample. Now they're just basically looking at that color within the entire space.
Okay, so explain the journey of a person who wants to participate
hmm
in the metaverse. Like, why would they want to do it, and like, what are the benefits that you see?
Like I mentioned, I mean, the benefits are seeing, those colors within the entire space, right? So when you are sitting in front of the design center with a designer, they're showing you small samples. We basically incorporate that into the entire space, so that's beneficial for the client is that they're walking around and selecting colors on the spot.
So for people in your industry,
hmm
like in designers or architects, how does this change the game in their profession?
Um, I mean, it's a lot easier. I mean, it's beneficial for an architect. Time consuming. Less mistakes happen also on site, because again, when you're building at home, everything is to spec. So if you see that on a 3D application or if it's getting built, I mean, our application is not just visualizing color. You can also see what's behind the walls. So when it comes to putting the home together, you can go through a 3D image easier than doing it on a 2D image.
So is there a monetization aspect to it? Can you make more money, or is it a savings that you
I
experience?
would probably say savings
Okay.
definitely.
And
Yeah.
how much time would people save by doing it this way? And I understand that the idea of being able to see it visually, but the immersive aspect of it, and the ability to, I guess, get it to in front of the
hmm
client faster, I would
hmm
assume that saves time and money.
It would be for both, for the customer and also for the builder, right? For the
Okay.
customer, as in, they can do this from their home. They don't have to rush into do numerous visits to the builder, to do the process of buying a home. This can be done from anywhere in the world, right? You can log in at the same time with the builder or the designer and go through all those selections within the application.
Okay. Cool. So how does 3D VR win in this space? So I've heard from your entrepreneur in residence, Angela Bourne, and she says that your metaverse platform is spectacular in terms of its hyper realism. So do you think that is a point of your competitive advantage?
We have a big advantage with that. I mean, there are other companies out there that have something similar, but we've paid very close attention to detail because, again, I mean, this is someone that is going to be buying a home, and what they see is what they get. So all the textures, all the finishes have to be precise. So we took very careful detail on what we're putting on our application. So I would say that the realism versus the central land metas, it's very high end.
Very cool. So one last question.
Mhm.
So what would you say to entrepreneurs who are interested in pursuing a startup in this space? So what are the things that you would say you would have learned?
I would say, looking for the right people to get on board. Programmers, people that have experience in whatever software they're using. If it's Unity, Unreal Engine, to get people that have experience. Spend the time on getting people that have the ability to do what they want to do, and time. I mean, that's the other thing is focus on your time, and take your time to put all these things together, not just rush into things.
Okay, perfect. So anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you decided to give us a few minutes.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank
take
you.
care. We'll be right back.